The 9mm is a strong market. No, it's actually the strongest market in the firearms industry right now. A lot of today's best sellers are 9mm pistols, so it's safe to assume that even within the segment, the competition in terms of sales is extremely stiff. 2025 isn't going to be different. There are still specific 9mm handguns that are expected to sell fast this year. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line45, and today I am going to introduce you to the potential bestsellers in the 9mm handgun department in 2025. Smith & Wesson M&P9 M2.0 Metal. The Smith & Wesson M&P9 M2 Metal is an absolute banger of a gun. It garnered a lot of attention, and for 2025, I think the gun has the potential to make it big. It's basically the M2, but metal, as it uses a T6 aluminum frame that is both light and rugged at the same time. It's a compact pistol with a total length of 7.4 inches and a barrel length of 4.25 inches. With the aluminum frame, it tips the scale at 30 ounces, making it heavier than its polymer counterpart. But who cares about the added weight? After all, it helps tame the recoil so that you can do quick and accurate follow-ups. Moreover, it's such a reliable shooter. It doesn't hiccup regardless of the kind of 9mm ammo you load on it, and that's something that people appreciate about this gun. It nails targets at 15 yards with relative ease without any optics at all. You simply have to rely on its metal white 3-dot sight configuration, and you're good to go. The rear sight, by the way, is serrated to minimize glare, and that is such a nice attention to detail. This pistol isn't as blocky as a Glock gun. It has a nice curve on its grip, which makes you feel that it's an extension of your hands. And the beaver tail on this gun is generous enough to protect you from slide bites. Overall, its grip ergonomics is top-notch and deserves some accolade. You can customize its grip too, as interchangeable backstraps are available. It's not short on capacity either, as this thing can hold 17+1 rounds of 9mm. A standout feature of this Smith & Wesson gun is its flat-face trigger, which offers a cleaner break and shorter reset. Well, I can really say that since I've shot different polymer M&P models. The trigger for this M2 metal is just another league. Then there's the fact that it has a low-bore axis that mitigates its muzzle flip and ensures that the gun can be as accurate as possible, even under rapid fire. Glock 19 Gen 5. Sometimes you don't need to look further or dig deeper just to find a gun that would sell a lot. Of course, the best sellers are always those with tested and tried reputations, and the Glock 19 really fits the bill. Of course, a lot of you will frown on this choice. But keep in mind that in 2024, the Glock 19 is one of the highest-selling pistols, and that alone is solid proof that the gun remains relevant in a heavily stacked compact pistol segment. While the criticisms about the Glock 19 are valid, this doesn't mean that the gun is already bad. For one, the pistol is the one that defined the term reliability. This pistol can shoot even while being torture tested. It also has a simple design, meaning that there's little to no complication in terms of how it operates. That helps the pistol reduce potential complications that could affect its reliability. Plus, the upgraded NDLC finish provides enhanced corrosion and scratch resistance, ensuring durability even in harsh environments. Besides, the Glock 19 has improved a lot with its Gen 5 model. It still has that 15-round capacity, but now comes with significant updates on its assembly, such as its marksman barrel. The marksman barrel features enhanced polygonal rifling for improved accuracy, and so far, I have no complaints about the gun's precision on the range. A key improvement in the Gen 5 is the elimination of the finger grooves on the grip, which makes the handgun more comfortable for a wider range of users with different hand sizes. Its trigger is already refined too. It's not exactly perfect, but the trigger now offers a cleaner break and smoother pull. Walther PDP. I don't know about you, but for me, the Walther PDP remains the best full-size polymer-framed pistol you can get on a budget. It has a lot of good things going for it, and even without buying the steel frame version of this pistol, you still have one hell of a proficient shooter. The PDP has an exceptional trigger. In particular, the performance duty trigger is crisp and tactile and comes with a short reset. It's a chef kiss. It's very satisfying, and you'll never get used to how good and consistent this trigger is. I'm quite confident that this is one of the best striker-fired triggers that you can get fresh from the factory. Of course, it has stunning accuracy too, not to mention that it doesn't mess up with its reliability. You can also run it with optics, and you have the option to use the likes of the Trijicon RMR, Trijicon SRO, Leupold Delta Point Pro, and Holosun 507C on this one. The 5-inch barreled model of the Walther PDP has a total length of 8.5 inches, a height of up to 5.7 inches, and a width of 1.34 inches. It has a standard capacity of 15 plus 1 rounds, while its extended magazine holds 18 plus 1 inches, so there's that. The 5-inch barrel maximizes sight radius, enhancing accuracy at longer distances, and contributes to improved ballistic performance by allowing more complete powder burn. The ergonomics of the PDP is also the reason why it's very shootable. The controls are oversized, and the grip is properly textured and contoured. It has interchangeable back straps too, in case you want a custom fit. Its slide release is not just large, it's also ambidextrous. Hence, anyone can operate it easily without them having to adjust their grip. Heckler & Koch CC9. The CC9 is touted as the first micro-compact of the Heckler & Koch brand, and heck, it's even fully constructed here in the United States. Of course, this is a big deal, considering that Heckler & Koch has established its reputation for making reliable military and police firearms. The HK-CC9 is going to have that same tactical quality, but within the reach of civilian buyers. The CC9 follows the trend, though. It's a polymer-framed pistol, one that is semi-automatic and is chambered in 9mm, with a standard capacity of 10 rounds and 12 rounds for its extended magazine. It has an overall length of 6 inches, a height of 4.6 inches, and a width of less than an inch. Notably, its polymer frame comes with a 2-slot Picatinny rail, which you can see on its dust cover. It's a perfect placement for any accessory you are intending to toss in this pistol. Plus, it has an undercut trigger guard that should help you have a better and higher hold, and of course those interchangeable back straps so that you can find your perfect grip size. Moreover, it's such a nice thing that it comes with a removable serialized chassis that contains the fire control components. It opens the guns to a lot of upgrades. The CC9 has ambidextrous controls too, which is something I really find thoughtful. It's filled with safety features, such as its trigger safety, loaded chamber indicator, and firing pin block. And oh, there's no need to pull its trigger if you have to disassemble. The CC9 is going to sell hot because of the reputation its brand carries. And so far, since it was released, I haven't heard any bad raps about it. This gun shoots finely, and you should give yourself a chance to try it. Sig Sauer P365 XMacro. I'm quite sure that the XMacro will remain a best-selling gun this 2025. This 9mm pistol, which has a length of 6.6 inches and a height of 5.2 inches, holds up to 17 plus 1 rounds. It's an excellent choice for concealed carry, especially with its features. It's fitted with an X-Ray 3 tritium day-night sights, a standard among P365 pistols, as well as interchangeable back straps to accommodate different hand sizes. Moreover, it also introduced the use of a compensator that perfectly tamed its recoil to a minimum by redirecting the gas upward and keeping the muzzle lift to a stop. The slide cycles quickly because of this, but without the awful effect of an increased recoil. The P365 XMacro is almost the same size as the Glock 19, with the Glock 19 being the bigger one. But what makes the P365 XMacro is that it has a thinner frame, which allows you to conceal it easily without sacrificing its stopping power. Again, let me remind you that it can hold up to 17 plus 1 rounds of 9mm. Based on the form alone, the P365 XMacro is hands down the best width-to-capacity ratio pistol that you can get today. The P365 XMacro features an optics-ready slide, and this is obviously designed to accommodate micro red dot sights. In particular, it can mount Shield RMSC footprint optics without the need for adapter plates. So basically, you have the option to mount the likes of the Romeo Zero, Romeo Zero Elite, and even the Holosun 507K. Its trigger is not as stellar as its other features, though, but it's not as bad as you think it is. It's so-so, and you can definitely work it out with a little practice and getting part. But if you can't, there are aftermarket replacements out there that can do the job.